So I was texting a friend of mine today and he was asking me when are you going to put up another video, because he has watched all the videos that I put up and he's waiting for the next one. And to be honest with you, I was at a standstill because I didn't have any spokes for this wheels. I'm only after getting them today. And the Honda 90 that I'm at, I haven't been able to get near it because I'm just sort of busy, and when I'm not busy, the guy that owns it is busy and can't let me into the shed, so it's been kind of on a sort of a hold. So I've been in this shed messing with this nickel plating again, because my last time I tried this, the solution got contaminated somehow, and when I went to tip it out yesterday, there was like a really hard slack on the surface of it. I don't know what it was, but I knew that it hadn't been working properly for a while, so that's why I was going to try it again anyway. And this time I put it in a nice glass container. As you can see, I made new solution with my anodes here. And this time I'm de-rusting everything. I bought some of the best thing that you can buy for rust. I bought Evaporust. Expensive stuff, but it's good if you can afford it, and you can use it for a very long time if you keep it right. Now these are old bolts from an old village pump that a friend of mine wants me to try and help restore. I've never used this Evaporust before, I don't know what it's like, but these were in a horrible condition before they went in. They were very pitted, and these are some of the bolts that I tried to nickel plate that you'd have seen in other videos that I've done, and it looks like this Evaporust has done a great job on them. Seriously. So I'm going to leave them in there until such time as I get other parts. I have ordered some muriatic acid. Now, acid's not something that I like to mess with. I'm not experienced with messing with acid, and I will be taking every precaution I can. I'll be doing it outside with rubber gloves, the whole works, mask, because this muriatic acid it's nasty stuff. It's very dangerous stuff to be messing with, and especially when you're an amateur like me with it, and you could easily get something wrong. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. I'm waiting for it to turn up so that I can dip these in it and give it a quick clean for about 2 or 3 minutes before I put it into the nickel solution. But I know also that once you've done that, once you put the pieces into that muriatic acid, you have to neutralize the acid, so you have to wash it in a bath of bread soda and water, and you have to give it a damn good washing off. So that's what I'll be doing, and hopefully we'll have results. But I'm happy with that results that I'm getting already there. I'm just going to give it a little rub and I'll be back to you one of these bolts just to see how clean it actually is. So that's one of the ones I took out of the Evaporust. It's been in there for 24 hours almost. And you can see that it's quite clean, but it's not perfect. And well, you can give that a rub with a wire brush and it might come up just fine, I don't know. Initial impressions is okay, it's good, but it's not fantastic. I'll leave it in another while. I can't see nickel plating sticking to that, because nickel plating doesn't like pitting and it doesn't like rust, so it'll be interesting. And that's one of them, but there's others that just haven't shown much of a difference at all. That one has shown a difference, it's good, but there's others here that are just, if I could grab one, I don't want to put my hand into this stuff because I don't know what's in it. It's not acidic apparently, so there's a little piece I put in this morning that was heavily rusted, and it's not too bad now. And that was this morning I put that in. It wasn't as heavily rusted as the old bolts though, in fairness. See what else we can pick up here. There's another one. As you can see, there's still some gunky brown stuff on it, but it may come off with a bit of a brush, with the wire brush. Not looking too bad. I'll probably end up leaving them in there for another night or two because I don't want it to rust over again before my muriatic acid comes. I'll be dipping it into the muriatic acid for a minute or two before I put it into this solution to see if it makes a difference this time. And I mean, with some of the bolts last time it did work. You can see with these ones on the bike it worked. That's nickel plating that you're seeing there on them bolts, but there's a problem. It's starting to rust over again, and I did this kickstart. I couldn't really get it to work. It's rusted over again. There's one of the other bolts I done. It's still good. Still good. So there's some of them that are just, as you can see, starting to rust a wee bit again, and I'm wondering why. Maybe it's that I didn't leave them in for long enough. I didn't get enough coating on them, or there's something wrong with the process that I didn't dip them in acid first and they weren't etched properly, and that could be the reason. So that's why I decided to clean these bolts with rust, because I had tried a few of them and I did get nickel plating onto parts of them, but they were very patchy and they just rusted over again. I mean, this was totally nickel plated, this nut, and you can see how badly it rusted over again. So obviously I was doing something wrong, or the properties in this metal, because this is really old. This is like this would have been a blacksmith made this for a village pump back in the 1800s maybe. So you can guess that the properties that are in this iron wouldn't be the same as modern stuff, and would never have been nickel plated before, because they didn't do it back then. So that may just be my problem. It may just be that it's not the right kind of metal to be nickel plated, and that's it. I don't know enough about this yet because I'm new to it, and this is my first time trying it, and I'm trying to get a hold of the process and understand it. And I have had some successes. I mean, I did that petrol cap and it was totally rusted before I done it. Doesn't really matter now. I've replaced it because of the dents and everything. It just didn't look good. But it was a nice try just to see how it would come up. And it's no bother. It didn't rust over again. No problems. So that's it, guys. Just thought I'd let you know what I've been up to. And I was over with, as I said, I was over with the Honda 90 last night. I just didn't get to work at it, and I brought these indicators home for it. These had to be cleaned up. Unfortunately, they're really old 1990s plastic indicators. They're not metal. It's just that plastic covered in chrome paint, whatever that shit is. And they're very hard to clean up, because if it was metal, you'd clean it up, but not this stuff. So I just brought it home to clean it up as much as I could, paint this part black again, and that's about it. Right, so there you go. Niall, big shout out. Thank Niall for this video. And the next time you see a video, it'll probably be the Honda 90, and I'll show you how far I've got on with it. It's pretty much all together now, bar wiring up stuff and that there, so I'll be letting you see that. The results were good so far.